we're in a room and I'm service. I'm trying to be
lawful wedded husband.
To be my...
I'm 13. How about 13's hard?
With a tramp like you?
Well, I know it hurts being third rate, but aren't you accustomed to it yet?
Oh, Robin, I see you.
I baptized myself the slut of Springfield!
Son of a bitch in here. I found out myself what love is all about.
Hey everybody, it's me, Nikki. What's up everybody? We're here to talk about what Beyond the Gates. Let me tell you something. This episode was about rings, baby. Okay, the ring didn't mean a thing, but it did mean a thing today. Vanessa and Joey are in Puerto Rico. I have to say it like that, okay? I want to go watch West Side Story now. Anyway, they're in Puerto Rico, and they're supposed to be having like this real romantic time. And Joey is so focused on the phone because he's trying to set up Boozy Susie Doug. And Vanessa was like, "You over there busy on the phone, and she over here, undressing. Okay, you need to be focusing on all of this over here. And if you can't focus on all of this, and you too busy working, I hear room service come real late at night." And he was like, "That wouldn't be the case because listen, we're in a room and I'm service. I'm trying to be room service to you." This whole thing, like I said, the gist of the episode, or like the main key point, was rings this episode. So he's trying to get her to take off her wedding ring, and she doesn't want to take off the wedding ring because then it would mean that basically her and Doug are over. And this is the first time she's been out of the country on a vacation where she didn't pack the bag and left Doug alone with somebody else that basically was not family. And this is, or friends, as in girlfriends, and this is real whooping up on her. But he wants her to take off the rings. He wants her to be present. He wants her to forget about Doug. And she's like, "I can't do that," because she could say whatever it was, but I'm going to tell you what it is. Remember how June told Lil Sabbatical that there is a voice in the back of your head telling you when you are falling down a rabbit hole with these bad friends or these bad men or whoever, and the voice in the back of your head is telling you to get off the train before the train crashes. Like, you need to get off because wherever the destination is going, you don't want to be there. The voice is telling you this is not a good thing for us. We need to get gone. That is what that ring is a symbolization of. The voice is telling her, don't take off that ring. Everything gonna be bad. Don't take off the ring. Everything gonna be bad. He trying to get her to take off the ring. She not trying to take off the ring. So as they eating dinner, her phone rings and she's like, "I gotta pick up the phone. It might be one of the kids. We might actually get to see their kids around the holidays. Who knows? Or maybe we'll get to see their children soon. I don't know. We'll see what happens." It's Boozy Susie Doug. Boozy Susie Doug done been down to the casino and he losing big, and he over here drinking whiskey and Hennessy and all types of stuff. Okay, he on that dark liquor. He don't drink light liquor, and he don't mix his drinks. Anyway, he didn't cussed out the dealer because the dealer was like, "Maybe you want to stop." He told the dealer, "Keep dealing and shut up," and he keep losing. Malone came up in there, and Malone is telling him any real player knows that your luck eventually turns around and stuff like that. Malone is trying to get him so caught up. Speaking of y'all need to be so caught up, y'all need to catch up with the fact that y'all need to be out here registered to vote. Okay, are you registered to vote? Have you checked your registration? Are you making sure that you're registered at the right address when it comes to you voting? Are you caught up with the fact that they trying to come for our First Amendment rights and so many other things? Have you caught up with the fact that all 435 congressional seats are up for grabs next November? Are you caught up with the fact that there are elections going on right now? Small elections, big, medium-sized elections, and big elections. Are y'all caught up with that? I need y'all to catch up with that and make sure y'all getting out here and voting. I don't care if you trying to vote who gonna be the line leader down to the school or who gonna be the president of the PTA board. Y'all need to get out here and vote. It's important. Back to this. Boozy Susie Doug getting so caught up, and Malone is there, and he is here for the setup. So when Boozy Susie Doug called Vanessa, and he's having this moment of revelations, okay, and it's a mess. Like, it was very crazy. He was like, "I realized that I shouldn't have taken my sorry behind down here. I'm losing. I'm going through so much," and he apologizes to her, and he's pouring his heart out to her, and she's like, "Okay, well, maybe this is the turning point you need. Maybe this is like everything we needed to begin with, and everything is going to be better, and everything is going to be good." And it's just like, it's not, because, hoy, Lord help us all. Joey yells and projects his voice. "Do you want the da-da-da Margot with dinner?" Boozy Susie Doug said, "You're with him? oh, y'all deserve each other. You want that bootleg Tony Soprano so bad, you can have him. And basically, in so many words, said he was done with her, hung up the phone. She get upset with Joey, talking about, why would you do that? He was like, I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't know you were still on the phone with them. I would never do that to you. And he was like, this is what I was talking about. This is why I want you to take off your rings. We're here in this romantic Puerto Rico villa, and we got the beach, we got food, we got the, the sunset, we got everything. You need to be here, present in the moment with who? Me. Me. Okay. So she takes off her rings, and we end the episode with her lingerie in her doomy pumps, her doomy heels with a platform on, the real high heel, rolling around like two raw chicken cutlets on the bed with Joey, while Joey done set her husband up to get got because Boozy Susie Doug is sitting at the table with Malone down to the casino, getting drunker and drunker and drunker. And after that, Malone, like, Boozy Susie Doug, I guess he won. He got all this money. And he's like, I can't wait to rub it in, Joey's face that I got his money. I cleaned him out. And Malone starts taking the money from him. He's like, oh, this is my money. He was like, you won't need it where you're going. And Boozy Susie Doug everything is swirls right now. I said, oh, hell. Speaking of Malone, Jacob and Naomi, right, they, boom, 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 from the shoulders, okay, was getting him. Okay, they was rag tagging him up in Orphe Jeans because he was rubbing it in Jacob's face that, oh, I heard you was on desk duty, and since you was on desk duty, I got me another partner, a real cool partner, a real nice young fella, and I might make it permanent. And Jacob was like, I wonder if, your new partner is okay with your boss. Oh, your father's. I'm not talking about my father. I'm talking about Joey Armstrong. You know what I mean? Pulling your leash. Did he finally let you sit at the table with the big boys? Or are you still begging for scraps? I said, ooh, messy, 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 messy. And Naomi, because Malone was like, you should be happy you come from a rich family because his career is going nowhere. And she was like, oh, no, we need cops like him with principles. Looking at him real crazy, like, what you trying to do? Don't do that. Not that one. Baby, they rag tagged him and got all hot and bothered for each other. Now, Naomi at some point goes to the bathroom and she takes off her rings to wash her hands, which is a normal thing to do. She doesn't notice that because these are things you don't really notice. You think you can put your rings back on, but you didn't. So as she's in the bathroom, Jacob is talking to June, and June is talking to him about Samantha and how they had the conversation. And when Naomi comes back, they also talk about it. And Naomi was like, "So what y'all talk about?" She was like, "I don't want to tell you this. Like, I don't want to tell you their business because we're just building relationships. I just kind of want to keep some things to myself." And I have to respect June for that because they're just now building a relationship. So she doesn't want to give away all their information. But I really do think if it's something like really important that the parents or the family members need to know, she'll tell them. But meantime, in between time, she told them about Smitty and how Smitty went off on her. And she was like, he's a reporter, but at least with the cops, y'all give people time to explain what happened before y'all go off for real. And it's like sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Naomi and Jacob go home, and he telling her, let's be less worried about Vanilla and Vanilla Earl when it comes to everything when we're in our bedroom. And they start kissing and touching on each other. He notices her rings are gone, and she loses it because she's like, these rings are a symbol of our love. When I'm not with you, I feel love. When I have these rings, you melted down a piece of your grandmother's necklace to make the rings. You handcrafted these rings. Your handwriting is in these rings. You measured my finger while I was asleep to get these rings, and she is losing it. Then tore up her goddamn room, put the room back together, tore it up again, and he's telling her it's okay. We'll get new ones. And she's like, no, I want my rings. Baby, they're going through this whole thing, and you know where the rings was? In the bathroom of Orphe Jeans. You know who found them? June. And you know who was there with June when she found the rings? Crewneck Ted. Crewneck Ted, they came down to Orphe Jeans. Him and June meet for the first time. June has kind of like Google eyes at him, but I was like, listen, if Nicole and him ain't getting back together, I want him and June to be together because she'll give Wig a run for her money. Wig ain't ready for June. She thinks she's ready, but she ain't ready. But they're talking, and he ain't having no rough time talking about, oh, your family, you have your family and you love your family even when they think you're the villain in their story. And it's just like, you are the villain in a lot of people's story right now. Get over it. You are. But they're talking, and then she finds the rings and she asked him, and he was like, no. But whoever took them off either made a mistake or they did it for a reason. And basically goes into this whole monologue that, you put these rings on so young thinking everything's going to be good and everything's going to be great, and you think you can work everything out, and sometimes it's not the case. And it's just like, ultimately, when you're in a marriage, I've never been married, but I feel like you have to work at it. Marriage is continuous work, and if you don't want to work at it, then tell the people and don't rub it in their face and don't cheat on them. Just be done with it and make a clean break. That's just my opinion. But Naomi get her rings back because June called her, because June realized who the rings belong to. So she's happy. And her and, Jacob want to play around with some handcuffs. And Vanilla are going through their whole little thing, but he's still sitting up here lying about what he can and can't do with them legs. And it's just like, this is going to be hell. It's going to be hell. But something wrong with Boozy Susie. He going to get got. I'm telling you, he getting got.